Hello everyone. I am alive. I am not dead, thankfully. Uh, haven't been uploading. I wasn't home for my setup, so I couldn't really record last week's trades. And yeah, haven't got around to this week yet, so we'll just get into it. This week, not a terrible week, score of 2,404. I went down 79 ranks, which isn't ideal, but still top 320, which is a very nice rank for the season. Very kind of disappointed because we were edging around that top 30 mark, but obviously some things just didn't go our way, and that's just the game. We'll get into my team, and I'll go to show you my trades. So last week I was pondering my trades while I was away. I can't remember the last trades I did. I think I was considering trading Dev or Impy. I ended up trading Impy, and he's out for the year, so that worked in my favour. And I traded Jones out for Neil, which is unfortunate because it was either Neil or Walsh. Walsh has gone 2 130s. Neil got me a 98, a dislocated shoulder, a pinged calf, and missed a game. But yeah, that's the way it goes. And last week, I actually ended up trading Edwards because I didn't think he'd play. He ended up playing, but what can you do? And I ended up trading Waitman as well, which was the wrong decision because he went on to score 115, which is very unfortunate for me. But we did bring in Dangerfield, who went bang and won 180. And we bring in Newchurch, who's just a 102 DPP. So if we go to my team, we'll start off with Laird with a 130. He did really well. Happy with that in our loss to Brisbane. He's been very good this year. Unfortunately, I don't think we start him next year with him being a mid only. But yeah, he's been really good. One to consider next year, but maybe not a starting pick. Stewart has been good all year. Probably my best starting pick in the defense. I reckon we could lock him in for next year, depending on price. But yeah, he's one to look at. 107 versus Everson was nice. And going back on Laird, also last week, a 110 versus Carlton and Stewart. A 58, just not the greatest, but it's his last score of the year, so can't be too mad. Whitfield was great against Hawthorn with a 116 and 81 versus Melbourne. Unfortunately, I think he's a mid-only next year as well. I think, even though I think he should be a defender. I'm not sure what status he's getting, but I think I read somewhere there's mid-only. So unfortunately, I don't even know if he's in conversations next year due to his injury proneness, and yeah. Jake Lloyd is another great consistent selection that we made at the start of the year. Definitely would have rather Callum Mills, who I didn't pick because of the buy structure, and ended up buys meaning nothing because it was just all this craziness. But yeah, he's been a good selection, consistent. We take a 105 average from Lloyd. Ridley obviously has been bouncing back recently with a 3-round average of 110. You like to see it. He's been great. And Short, obviously a poor game in a loss to the Suns. But we will, if it loads, it's not going to load. But we will take, I think he got a 111 last week, which we'll take that. And Hooley's out now, unfortunately, for the Tigers. But it should see a spike in Short's scoring consistency. Heimer with a... let me just refresh the page. Hopefully. Sorry for the inconvenience. It's just... bad internet is another thing with recording. It's just very unfortunate that I don't have a strong Wi-Fi connection, so recording can be a hassle, especially because we're using the internet. Recording isn't the hassle, it's just the internet that comes with it. So maybe click reload again, hopefully. But yeah, Short. Thank you. Okay, Short was good the week before, 101. 65 versus Gold Coast, not the greatest, but like I said, there's a spike in his scoring soon to come, hopefully. Highmore with a 49, not the greatest, but we'll take that. I think he's out this week for my last upgrade. And Bianco will be my D7, D7 for the year. Bontempelli with an 83, which is so unfortunate as a captaincy option. I was so close to putting it on Steele, and then I was also close to putting it on McRae, but Bont obviously was lighting the world on fire. Obviously, probably should have just taken Lions 123, but we live and we learn. Steele with a 154, he's amazing. I think he's probably a lock next year for one of the mids you lock in, along with the next guy, Jackson McRae. Depending on price with McRae, but I'm pretty sure I'll lock him in with Steele. Lions, he's been a great one. Probably an upgrade target for next year, depending. He's 29 next year. But yeah, he's been great this year. I picked him up at 630, like the price he is now. I got him at that Richmond game, because that's when Clary went 200 and I nearly took the Lions VC. But how much is he averaging last 5 weeks? 118, so probably like a 120 something in my side. Great selection. Clary's dipped off a lot. I think right now, currently, he's not a start for next year, but you never know, it's Clary. But yeah, after that 200, he's just dropped off a little, and he's got a 5 round of 106. Probably a good idea to trade after that 94 at 700k, but yeah. Probably a good idea to do that with Bont as well, because 700's just, like, this week could be an ideal week, but Bont is just, he's going to tear it up. Zeret 107, we take that. Jelly with a 118, I think it should have been higher, but it's okay. Neil was a late out, but we kind of saw this coming. Unfortunately, I went with Jai over Bramble. It looked good in the first half, but Bramble just had a stronger second half than Jai, so lost out on 13 points there. Hopefully Neil plays this week. I heard that he passed the fitness test. He just didn't fly out because they were only playing Adelaide, and obviously, like you saw, they won by 10 goals, was it? Something like that. So that's fine. Gawn and Grundy, obviously good as usual. Gawn is not a start for next year. I can't start him with a 120 average when I know he's not going to be providing that. I think a rookie R2 is the way to go. But I also don't mind Riley O'Brien, Rowan Marshall, or Sean Darcy. But Darcy might be a little bit overs because he did just pop out a 190. So his average will be a little bit inflated. Holland's Zeeble with the nearly 240 combined, great. Dangerfield with a 180, perfect. Nearly put the VC on him as well, thought about it, but decided not to. In Lions 150th. Dusty with an 86, consistent. Probably not, you'll take that from him. Graham with a 57, which is very unfortunate because he kicked 3 goals. But yeah, we knew this was coming with Toby Green. Hopefully he can bounce back versus the Suns this week. And Dev Robertson, lucky we fielded him over, and we had a loop for CCJ because he only popped out a 5. But that's my team. Now, what I'm doing is, in fact, I'm going to trade Highmore this week, and we'll bring in a DPP loop for Briggs. Even though Briggs isn't playing, we might as well. So Chug's gone, and we're going to be trading CCJ. So there's 3 people I'm looking at currently. One of them is Tom Hawkins. With Jeremy Cameron going down and the Cats having a somewhat easy run home, a key forward to go bang, 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 and kick a bag every couple of weeks is a very solid option. I do like this Tom Hawkins pick. Carlton, Freo, Richmond, North, GWS, Melbourne, St Kilda is a very good run home. But I just don't know if I want to go Hawkins because he kicked 6 goals and only got 108. Now another person who's obviously, we'll go players I can afford. Let's just cut this now. Obviously the clear ones are Hind. I think he doesn't leave me with enough in the bank, so I'm not really interested. And Dale. Dale is the safest. Dale is the one I recommend. Dale is the pick. But I'm a weirdo, and I don't like going for this boring pick, especially when it's the end of the year. I've got a good rank, and I just want to make something so I can have a bit more fun rather than try and get the highest rank. I want to have fun while I play this game. It's not all about the high ranks. the blah blah blah. Because obviously, if I wanted this get as high rank as possible, Dale is safe. A lot of people have him in the top 500. He's the pick. But I like to have a little spice, have a little fun. The pick I'm going for is Buddy Franklin. Now I know he's injury prone. I know he could miss a game. I know he's playing the Bulldogs. But I think this is genuinely, I know we say this every year, this is the last ever chance to pick this man in our forward lines. He has been a great player his whole career. Next year is likely going to be his last year, and unless he can stay healthy for the whole year next year and just, stay healthy and play those games, I think it's very hard for him to be a selection next year. However, most would say he's probably not a selection right now. However, after this Bulldogs game, if my internet wants to work, it's not really working right now. But, however, after this Bulldogs game, if I can recall, they have Fremantle, which shouldn't be too hard. I think it's in Perth, though. No, it's at the SCG. I don't know. My internet's being woeful right now, so that's really unfortunate. But the last two they have is North Melbourne and Gold Coast. Surely this loads now. Okay, I'll refresh the page for you, Supercoach. Okay. Highmore, you. So yes, the pick I want to go with is Buddy Franklin. I want to have a little bit of fun. I want to see Buddy play, have something more to root for, and just enjoy his last stint of greatness while he kicks his way to 1,000 goals. The Bulldogs, that's a roll of the dice. I don't know how good he's going to go. The Giants, I think that's a game the Swans can win. I don't know who goes to him. Maybe Phil Davis, but I just want to, there's a risk. It's obviously a risk with Buddy. But he has been in great form recently. If we take out that 47, which was against his old side, or my side, Hawthorn, which won, who Buddy usually never does well against for some reason, he's been pumping out 90 plus for the past 6 weeks, and he's been playing every game, and he had a rest. The Giants, Dockers, Essendon, St Kilda, North Melbourne and Gold Coast, that run home, he could kick multiple bags. If we look at his stats for this year, he's been kicking nearly a goal a game. He didn't kick one against Melbourne, but I'm pretty sure Sydney got smashed or something along the lines. I can't remember. But otherwise, 3 goals, 4 goals. Obviously the 1 goal versus Hawthorn, but that was in a game they lost, and it's a pretty poor performance. 2 against St Kilda, 3 against Carlton, 6 against Freo, and I'm just going to go for the YOLO and hope it's one of those picks where you want a key forward to take you to the moon, to just have a random burst of just, there's always that one player that you don't expect to go top, didn't mean to click Dane's Orco, but you don't expect to go top 6, but there's always that one guy who just spurts up out of nowhere. I think Buddy can do it. I think Buddy can be top 6 if he can have that form. Because usually there's always one player who you don't expect to be top 6 that goes off second half of the season and becomes top 6. I also like it because it gives me 37k in the bank, which is just a little bit extra cash than if I had Dale to get me, to get me like that, what's the word I'm looking for? That extra boost if a Primo gets injured. Say if Franklin does get injured or Green gets injured. That money could get me to someone above him. I won't have to downgrade. I can still upgrade a little. So if we go optimize, obviously, put Neil back on. And we're obviously going to have Tobias on, because he's just got a terrible projected for some reason. But yeah, this is the team I'm running out the season with. I think that's it for what I have to say. I think this week I'm likely going to go, because Common plays last, I'm not sure what I'm going for yet. I'm thinking a little lead into steel, but I'm unsure yet. But yeah, and each week I'm going to go Dev Robbo into probably Franklin or definitely Franklin or Green, but it differs. I think this week I'm going to go Robbo into Franklin. So if Robbo gets like a 90, I'll probably take it over Buddy. Just take that solid score. But yeah, with weeks to come, it's a roll of the dice. If Robbo scores well, I'll take it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening. This was a bit of a longer one than I've done recently. It's just because I've been gone for a couple weeks that it's a bit longer this week. But yeah, Buddy is my spicy pick to spice up the end of the year. Hopefully it can pan out. I'm not too confident in it, but I want to have fun and enjoy this last ending of Buddy's career. But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good end to your season. Uploads should be more consistent. I shouldn't miss another week for the rest of the year, hopefully. But yeah, thank you for listening. Hope you all do well, and see ya.